Seoul, June 25, 2025 inches a world full of spotlight and frenzy of fame. No one can really fully prepare themselves for the dangers that lurk behind the glitter of the stage. It was a quiet night. The streets of the elite Itaewon district looked ordinary, but behind one of the tall iron fences, there was something different. Unnatural movements, a sensor light that flashes repeatedly, and the sound of an unknown vehicle slowly passing in front of the home of a global superstar. Jungkook, the youngest member of BTS. Speculation began to surface when neighbors reported unusual activity at Jungkook's residence over the past few weeks. Large trucks arrive with security gear, technicians appear busy replacing surveillance systems, and automated fences are retrofitted with the latest technology. The most striking? The addition of bulletproof glass in the second-floor windows, a place that some hardcore fans say Jungkook used to meditate while gazing at Seoul's night sky. A source from the neighborhood, who declined to be named, said Jungkook has been seen rarely leaving the house lately. Even food delivery is now picked up by personal staff from the outside gate, not directly to the door of the house as usual. Not a few began to wonder, is Jungkook in danger? Is he scared? And who is the real threat to one of the brightest stars of this generation? The news came as Korean media began to highlight the increasing incidence of extreme fanaticism towards K-pop idols, which has recently crossed the line. From stalkers posing as food couriers to obsessive fans hacking into apartment security systems just to smell the scent of their idols' clothes. The Korean entertainment industry is at a breaking point. But is Jungkook already their new target? HYBE Labels, the agency that houses BTS, issued a brief statement that sounded more like a diversion. To ensure the comfort and safety of our artists, we are always improving the protection system periodically. But it reinforces the public's suspicion that something is not being told honestly. In an interview with Japanese media earlier this month, Jungkook joked, "Sometimes I feel like I'm being stalked by a shadow. But yeah, I'm used to it." The joke is now being replayed on various YouTube and TikTok platforms with very different contexts. Is he trying to hide the fact that he has been threatened for a long time? What makes this story even more confusing is the news that a few days before Jungkook's home security system was upgraded in a big way, he reportedly contacted Suga, his groupmate, personally and suddenly came to Suga's private studio in the middle of the night. There is no explanation as to why, and no photos have been released. But some fans suspect there is a connection between the meeting and the protective measures at Jungkook's home. That a Korean pop culture analyst, Yoon Hae-jin, stated that when a star like Jungkook raises security to an extreme level, we have to ask, what does he know that we don't know? Are there very specific threats? Or maybe he is experiencing mental stress due to unbearable fear. This issue also sparked a heated debate among ARMY, BTS's fandom. Some felt very anxious and called for the authorities to intervene. Others think it's just part of a hidden promotion strategy. But that narrative quickly faded when it was revealed that the system installed at Jungkook's home belonged to an Israeli company commonly used to protect the residences of heads of state and high-ranking diplomats. No play. The more surprising part? According to a security technician working on the project, Jungkook's home surveillance system can now recognize faces from 100 meters away, detect abnormal heartbeat sounds from behind walls, and automatically call the police if someone tries to hack the system or sneak more than 3 seconds into an area without permission. Who needs security like this, unless they're dealing with something really serious? Even some of the fans who used to stand guard around Jungkook's house admitted that they are now laser highlighted from surveillance drones if they get too close to a certain area. We used to be able to sit in the park opposite and hope to catch a glimpse of Appa through the window. Now, just 1 minute sitting, immediately highlighted red laser. Like an action movie, said a fan from Busan who came to Seoul specifically to peek at his idol's house. Rumors began to spread that one of the international stalkers known to be particularly obsessive with Jungkook had managed to enter South Korea earlier this month. She is an Eastern European woman who sent a bloody letter to HYBE's office 2 years ago and was deported after trying to infiltrate the hotel where BTS was staying. Is this woman back? Is this why Jungkook tightened up his security system? Amid the chaos, Jungkook's normally active personal Instagram account has now begun to upload less content. The last time she was seen online was when she shared a very emotional song. a song about losing your sense of security. Some ARMY felt the song was a veiled inner cry, a call for help in an art form. Not to mention the circulation of old CCTV videos showing an unknown man standing silently outside the fence of Jungkook's house for more than an hour. The video was only of short duration, but enough to make netizens panic. He added, "It's not the fans. It's a dangerous obsession. Jungkook needs a bodyguard 24/7, not just CCTV." And the most heartbreaking, if even Jungkook feels fear in his own home, the world is already too crazy. This personal security crisis marks a new chapter in Jungkook's life, not just as a singer, but as an ordinary human being tired of being highlighted every second. He once said in a documentary, "Fame is a double-edged sword. You love him, but you can also die by him." Now, with the house no longer a safe haven, with his steps becoming more cautious and his eyes looking more alert, we are faced with a much bigger question. How much will it cost to become Jungkook? This story is not finished. Because in this fast-paced world, news can change overnight. But one thing is certain, something terrible is happening, and Jungkook, the golden magne, may be standing alone in the middle of a storm that we don't fully see that a few days after news of the security system upgrade at Jungkook's home broke. His Twitter timeline exploded. The hashtags #ProtectJungkook, #JungkookNotSafe, and #HYBRespond immediately became trending in various countries, including Indonesia, the Philippines, Brazil, and Germany. Armies from all over the world are united, not only in admiration, but in a common fear. If Jungkook is not safe, who can be? Slowly, small pieces of this puzzle began to appear. One anonymous account on platform X, who claims to be a former staffer at a major Korean agency, posted, "Since the beginning of 2025, all BTS members received special warnings from the police. But the worst is Jungkook. Threats against him are not just from fans, but from industry insiders." The post was quickly deleted, but the screenshot has become widespread and caused a storm of conspiracy theories. Some mention the possibility of the involvement of anti-fans who are no longer satisfied with just spreading hate online, but are starting to target them physically. A darker theory calls for hostility within the industry, those who envy Jungkook's global success and want him to fail personally. Some even began to attribute this issue to Jungkook's decision to postpone his big solo project in the middle of the year, something that was then considered a creative strategy. But now, in a new light, the delay looks like a decision taken under pressure. People started asking, is Jungkook protecting himself, not just physically, but emotionally? In an exclusive interview with a former K-pop artist's security staff who now lives in Canada, he explained that the psychological pressure felt by artists of Jungkook's class goes far beyond the limits of mere mortals.